My word, we finally had the generational shift. It's happened. If you go back 3 or 4 years, that situation in 99 out of 100 cases would be completely reversed. Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog, and specifically welcome to the i64 Insomnia Gaming Festival at the NEC. It's a very sunny day outside, but I'm going to spend it in a room full of sweaty people playing video games. I wouldn't have it any other way. While I finished my first lap of the event, it is noticeable how much busier this is than previous years of Insomnia have been. It's up there with the Saturday of Comic-Con for busyness levels, which I guess is a massive positive for the future of the event. There's a lot of massive stuff here too. You can see Fortnite just that we're walking past now, but Nintendo have got a big presence here. Sony have got a big presence here with a big PlayStation section over there. They've got Days Gone, their big new game they've got coming up, is here to demo with a big fancy stand that wouldn't look out of place at EGX. We've got a couple of big meet and greet areas. There's the Syndicate one there. There's a more general one over out the back where there seems to be much more of a focus on getting bigger content creators, YouTubers here than there has been in previous years, even if they don't necessarily have a massive connection to gaming or gaming culture. But it's just very busy. Lots of cool stuff. Mortal Kombat 11 is here too. They've got a massive tabletop games area. They've got all of the PC hardware stuff here that you'd expect. So I think that's Alienware there. I think just here we've got Razer. There's the massive Nintendo section over there. As usual, the event is partnered with Game, and Game have got a big section here where they're selling their wares as usual. There's a big indie section with most of the stuff that I saw at Res 2 weeks ago has made its way here, kind of making Res feel a little bit redundant to me. We've got a retro gaming section the other side of that as well, and of course the huge bring your own computer esports area, which is off the back in another hall completely. This is a big, busy and ever-growing event. As someone who uses a green screen every single day, this thing is genius. It's just a green screen that clips to the back of your chair. Brilliant. Now, of course, the big thing that makes Insomnia different from any of the other gaming events that I go to, the reason this is the UK's biggest gaming festival rather than a gaming expo, is because of this huge sea of bring your own computer stuff going on behind me. We've got the esports stage over there. This is where I was hanging out last year playing in the Football Manager tournament. I've not brought a computer with me this year, I'm just here for the day, but people can be in there from sort of Thursday night all the way through to Monday night, I think, just hanging out, playing games. There's an area set aside for camping in one of the other halls. There's hotels dotted around the site. You can literally turn up and spend the entire weekend hanging out there playing games, and then surfacing occasionally to go into the main expo itself. There's food dotted around the place. There's even a pub in there. It's ridiculous and awesome. If that existed when I was like 17, my word, I would be there every single time it was running. I think we're approaching a point where I need to start bringing the girls to all of these events. This is an enormous board game section that we could easily spend all day in and spend a lot of money in. Oh, it's been a while since I've bought pop vinyls consistently, and it's becoming a problem. I've got the itch, but to scratch the itch I would have to spend hundreds of pounds. There's the Captain Marvel set, which look awesome. There's the new Avengers set, the Avengers Endgame set, which looks awesome. There's a set for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which looks really awesome. I want all of them, but they're £12 each, which is expensive anyway. I wouldn't pay £12 for a pop unless it was an exclusive one. £10 is always my limit, but even at £10 a pop, pun intended, there's probably £250 of just on that stand over there that I want. I need to walk away quickly before I get in a lot of trouble with Anna. I've just sent loads and loads of pictures to Anna because I don't know if any of this stuff is stuff that she already has that she would want. I've got a Pip-Boy thing, but I think that's the same as the one that she's already got on the fireplace that she got from the previous version of the game. It's all Fallout stuff. A big fist thing. Don't know if she wants a big fist. There's a massive sledgehammer down the bottom there. They've also got the masks that you get as part of the Borderlands 3 pre-order, which is just there. And she wants me to go and ask them why she hasn't got hers yet, because apparently you're supposed to get a mask with every pre-order and she hasn't had her mask. I assume it'll just come with the game when the game comes. But the fact that the masks are here, she now wants me to go and track down her mask. But it's lots and lots. This is basically, this corner here is basically the Anna section with the big Fallout Super Sledge. There's the mask. This is her stuff. Been here a couple of hours. My word, it is so hot in there. It's so busy. It's a really nice, hot, sunny day. So, ice latte, some lunch, and I'm sitting outside for a bit to try and make myself feel a little bit more human. I'm not sure how much longer I can wander around a stiflingly hot room for. I'm starting to think that the grey t-shirt was a bad idea. People are going to be able to work out for themselves that I'm quite warm. Just been out in the sun for about an hour or so. Met lots of lovely people, very cool. If you are one of the people who I took pictures with, make sure you tag me in them on Twitter or Instagram or wherever they end up. If they came through soon enough, they're probably already in this video, but I always forget to ask people to tag me, which is why they never end up in the video, but I'll retweet and stuff like that. But it's now getting on for 3 o'clock. I'm going to do one more lap, have another little look around. I am melting even more than I was before for having been stood outside in the sun for all that time. It's actually cooler in here now than it felt outside, so I now feel like a monster for complaining about it being a hot room. They've clearly got some kind of air conditioning on in here. But I'm going to have a wander around, see if there's anything I missed this morning. I do quite fancy having a go on Days Gone, the new PlayStation game. But the queue on that this morning was ridiculous, and it comes out in a week, so I suspect Anna will probably be buying it anyway. So if it's a choice between queuing for an hour and heading home and trying it this time next week, I'll probably do option 2. But we'll have another lap and then call it a day, I think. Wandering around this Nintendo section, I've realised 2 things. Thing number 1, just how brilliant is the Switch. There's so many awesome games. I'm surrounded by awesome Switch games. Thing number 2 is I spend far too much money on Switch games because I already own everything in here. What a system though. We've also got Detective Pikachu hats. I think I'm probably too old and too large-headed to be able to get. Just witnessed something truly brilliant at the Control Freak Performance Thumbsticks stand, and it was a mum explaining to her, I guess, 10 or 12-year-old kid how these performance thumbsticks will help improve his accuracy when he's playing video games. And I'm just watching this conversation thinking, my word, we finally had the generational shift. It's happened. If you go back 3 or 4 years, that situation in 99 out of 100 cases would be completely reversed, and it would be the kid trying to explain to his mum why he needed them and her going, I don't know what to do, don't care. That was a mum trying to get her kid to get something that will make him more accurate at video games. Mind blown. The world is wonderful. The generational shift has happened. The people of my age who grew up playing games are now finally catching up with me and having kids of their own. Apparently we didn't all have to do it when we were teenagers like me and Anna did. They're catching us up though. It's brilliant. Days Gone queue. It's still massive. It is, I think it officially wins the Kev Award for coolest stand in here. It's awesome the amount of effort they've gone to make it look very, very cool, but I ain't queuing up for all that time to get in there. Well, they are just taking a bunch in. I want to see how far this queue goes down with a bunch of people going in. Not very. That looks like, if I join the back of that queue now, I'm going to be at least 6 playthroughs through of waiting, and I would like to think you get at least 10 or 15 minutes, so it's not worth it. Therefore, not waiting for an hour and a half for a game I can play next week. Right, I think I am done. Need to get home in time for Britain's Got Talent anyway. Can't miss Andy getting excited about the golden buzzer. There's a lot I could stay and do. If I was here for the weekend, I'd queue up for some games and play some stuff, but with the time restriction I'm on anyway, it would be a case of, like I say, queuing up for something that I could just as easily play at home next week. So I'm not going to bother. I'm going to head home. It has been an awesome event though. Very, very busy. Seems like it's growing every year, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with next time I'm here. It would be nice to see some kind of Xbox / Microsoft situation going on here. That's the one thing that I think is missing. They were at Res a couple of weeks ago. They usually turn up at EGX and stuff like that. I guess it's just indicative of there not really being a huge game for them on the horizon, whereas PlayStation had something to show with the big Days Gone thing that they had going on in there, plus they had Dreams, plus they had VR. Nintendo are just riding on the crest of the current Nintendo wave of the fact that it's just been hit after hit after hit after hit on the Switch, and they want to show it off and show how awesome they are at the moment, which makes absolute sense. Whereas for Microsoft, I don't know, what could they show if they were at an event like this? So I can kind of understand why they've stayed away, but their absence was noticeable. But we'll leave this part of the vlog here. I'm going to head home and see what Anna and Andy have been getting up to. I'm home from Insomnia. I've been home for a couple of hours. We've had tea. I put some shorts on to deal with the temperature issues I was having earlier today. My long trousers are officially retired now until October, when I'll start wearing them again.
What is it?
Dave stole my pillow.
What is it, Andrew? What is it, Andrew?
And as you can hear in the background, we're now settled down just in time for Britain's Got Talent and hopefully some gold buzzer action.
Are you ready? Ready? Ah! Here it comes! Yeah! Oh my god, we're good! Oh my god, wow! See you good! Oh my god, that is hilarious! Oh my god, you happy? Wow, oh, you're white. Whoa, my.
You checking I'm filming?
Your colour bus is white. Wow. Are you a good boy? Wow. Look at all them people. Wow. Look at them. Oh, we got a bus white. Wow. If all bus are good, your bus is white. Woohoo! You did it. Wow. You are golden buzzer. Wow. You happy? Are you go buzzer? Wow. You're amazing. Wow. You are happy right now. This is good, Andy. Wow. Yeah, good luck. Do you have any credits now? Yeah.
Now his reaction there, he's genuine, he does get very, very excited about it, but if anyone thinks for a second that he doesn't also play up for the camera, just watch back the couple of times he looked round to check that I was filming. He knew that was coming, so he walked over, and as he was walking over to the TV, he said, "Daddy, camera, filming." He wanted me to film him, getting excited about that, and then kept checking I was still filming. presumably because he wants to watch it back. But yeah, Golden Buzzer is going to be in the vlog for as long as Britain's Got Talent is going, it seems, because Andy now insists on it. But as the man himself said, we can now do our end credits, so we will wrap things up there. If you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs, and thank you very much for watching.